There we go.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
And is it good volume?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so much going on, man. I don't know why my Wi-Fi is so shit today, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it raining there?
No, it's actually quite sunny today. Like, it's a really nice day today. Yep, I don't know why. All right, let's just wait for Michael. I mean, he was quite busy today because today they released their game like globally.
Oh wow, good day for
Yeah,
a guest.
such a fun. Yeah, I know. It's a really fun game. Like honestly, I think you should download it. It's quite fun. Like I've been playing it for like I don't know, the past 4 weeks maybe.
Is it like an airdrop?
It's a mobile game, so iOS, Android. So yeah, you can download it now because I mean, the global launch was today. They added a new features as well, and that's actually pretty dope. But yeah, like honestly, you can tell. I mean, camera, but yeah, you can tell that I've been kind of grinding that game. Because if you look at the leaderboard, you're gonna see me in the top 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do they rank it?
I mean, you need to play games, you need to win games, and then you get some trophies. And then there's different tiers. So obviously you start at the lowest tier, but then the I guess the max tier at the moment it's called stars, I think. But yeah, you need to play a bunch of games and get those trophies. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like honestly, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, let's wait for Michael for a bit. Let's see if I can reach him out on Discord. Say that we're going live. So you're gonna be doing his crib, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you know what his hat says?
No. Let me check. I'm not that familiar with the Crips collection though. I want to think like maybe RWA, but who knows? Right?
I don't know. I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
I mean, real world asset, as in RWA, but could be maybe LWA, right? Because they're the lizards, so maybe that's it.
Oh, lizard with attitude. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, correct.
And then Christian, do your own research.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, new abstract announcement.
Dude, I don't know if you were in the abstract spaces a few minutes ago, but Finn was mentioning that. Yeah, Finn. He was mentioning that there's something coming up on Friday. So just in a couple of days, we'll be announcing something big, according to Finn. So yeah, I believe whatever he's saying. So.
Do you know what it is?
I don't. I actually don't. I don't know if they shared it in the abstract builders group chat. I don't think so. But yeah, no. I wonder what's going on with my color. This music is so relaxing, dude. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep, dude.
I know. Maybe we can start with the. I mean, whilst we wait for Michael, I know that he's busy today, so let's just wait and see. If not, then let's just start with the 3D art thingy. Is that okay?
Go now.
Let's give it maybe 5 more minutes.
Yeah, okay. I have like 1 more hour left, so.
Yep, that's okay.
Should be enough time to finish, I think.
What else do you have to do? I mean, what time is it for you? Like, are you gonna have dinner, or have you had dinner already?
Yeah, I gotta make dinner.
All right. What's for dinner tonight?
Probably some chicken.
Some chicken?
Yeah. Chicken and rice, probably.
Chicken and rice? Oh, so you're, building up.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Or maybe I'm just trying to slim down.
I guess so, however you want to see that, hey? But, yeah. But yeah, you can't ever go wrong with chicken and rice.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you cooking dinner just for you, or for, like, the entire fam? How does that usually go?
Usually just myself, or my parents will cook something for everyone.
Right.
But yeah, they usually eat pretty late, and then the twins eat really early, so I usually cook like in between.
It's funny because I was having this convo as well, right? Because I kind of needed to adjust to, I guess, the Mexican schedule of eating, right? It's kind of weird though, because brekkie is a big meal, right? Like breakfast, like they eat a lot of food. Breakfast, really? Right? Yeah, it's like huge. And then lunch, they don't really have lunch, I would say, right? Because they have a big brekkie, perhaps something in between, like a snack or whatever. And then dinner, it's probably at 8. But I'm kind of used to, like, waking up and then maybe 7, 8 a.m. I will have some fruit and coffee. I used to have my Vegemite on toast. I don't anymore. So I just, maybe some porridge and, and then yeah, lunch for me around noon, maybe 1, and then dinner at 5-ish to 6, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been used to that for a very long time. So kind of adjusting myself to this new sort of schedule here in Mexico, it's kind of weird. So I've been kind of forcing, my parents to eat the way that I do. Slowly working. It's slowly working, and I kind of appreciate that, right? Because I don't get to see them quite often, right? It just at lunch or dinner. Because then yeah, I'm just locked in and doing a bunch of stuff here. But yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm usually not up for breakfast, so I eat my breakfast before I go to sleep.
I mean, you go to sleep at fucking 5 a.m., sir. So
Yeah.
dude, if I wouldn't know you better, I would say that you're just in the trenches a lot, but you're working. So yeah.
Yeah. Last year I was in the trenches a lot more. Well, like towards the end and the start
Right.
of this year, but not anymore. I don't really look anymore.
Yeah, I think your strategy works pretty well. Just buy something, don't look at it, and then you're rich. That's it. that's how it should be. That's the easy play, but
Yeah,
not that
ideally.
easy though. Ideally, right? I mean, you got into PopCat super early.
Yeah,
And
like
that's
below 5 million, I think.
yeah, that's insane, dude. And now it's in the billions. Like, dude, holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm still buying, so that's an
Yeah.
alpha.
That's a alpha for you.
If people want to pump my bags.
I mean, they would need a lot, right? They would need a lot to
Yeah, true.
move that fucking candle, like a lot. Yeah, so much easier to just go for lower caps and hope for the best, I guess.
PopCat, Peony, Plooshie, Pudgy.
Yeah.
4 Ps.
Yes, sir. I mean, honestly, I think my latest cook has been Fork, so can't complain with that. Because I got in pretty early as well.
Yeah, I made like 50% on it.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Nice. Yeah, not bad at all.
It's just swing
Dude,
trading.
I think I entered at 3 mil, I reckon.
Oh,
And
nice.
then, yeah, but I wish I had more soul back then.
Oh yeah, you were telling me last week, I think.
Yeah, but then, so yeah, I was just waiting a little bit to see how that was gonna play out, and then I shared it with the Basho collective around 6.5, 7 maybe. I need to be a really decent cook. So yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the Abasho keeps cooking though. Like, but you need to be there 24/7 and be willing to lose a lot of money as well. So yeah, dude. It's like you never know. But yeah, like for instance, the Abashos were pretty early with Sprotos as well, right? And Bitcoin. Or ticker Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like super early. And sometimes it really pays off when they just keep bullying you. Like, you need to buy a Sproto, you need to buy this shit, you need blah 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 blah. And then yeah, I think a lot of us, at least the last people who bought Sprotos at maybe 0.4, 0.5 maybe. And
I saw they went up a lot recently.
Yeah, they're sitting at 3 ETH, dude.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's insane gains.
Yeah. Did you get one?
Yes, I did. But I paper handed that one. Kind of. But I don't know if there's any Abasho watching this, but if they do, they're gonna probably bully me that I sold too early.
Alright, I think we should get started.
Yeah, let's give it a go. Yeah, I don't know where Michael is, so we can just do our own thing.
Yeah, he can just join whenever. That's fine.
Yep. Let me just play some AI music then. Give me one sec.
Oh, is it AI?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it's so terrible.
I know. I know. But everything's AI these days, so.
Yeah, true. What about the AI meme coin? Did you touch that?
No, dude, I kind of wish that I did. But there's too many kind of beta plays as well. But
Yeah.
I haven't touched any of those. Like, again, like even some of the abashas cooked with that. But it's really hard because honestly, I didn't even know what the fuck goat was. But when I was checking that, it was around 10 to 20. Then it ran up all the way to fucking 50 and shit. And then it kept running. And when you think that, nah, this is going to be the top, because it ran like literally in less than a week to like 300 mil, right? Which is insane. So yeah, I guess I faded it.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It's insane though. Like sometimes, this doesn't really make sense, and it's just kind of like a new meta now with AI tokens. So yeah, we'll see. I'm still holding my bags and having convictions in the stuff that I've been buying. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep, that's the way. Hopefully.
How long do you reckon we're gonna keep running this meme coin super cycle?
I have no idea, but I wanted to sell by December.
Okay, so 2 months from now.
Yeah. But really, I just look at like what people are talking about on Twitter and like momentum and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'll go by that.
I mean, that's pretty much when you started anyways, right? Like with PopCap around December.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like holding for 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah, but like it's really hard to hold something for 1 year that's actually running, right? Because yeah, I mean, honestly, like the way PopCap has done in just a year or so, far out.
Yeah, true.
The interesting thing would be to see. I mean, I guess you've seen that already, though, with certain collections, right? That they have a bunch of degens in the trenches that they slowly rotate their gains to pump their NFT bags and support their projects.
Yeah.
I guess when that narrative changes again, and then the NFT super cycle comes back, then I guess we're gonna see a pump, at least with the legacy blue cheap NFTs, and maybe the better place too.
I don't think too many pudgies. I see a lot of pudgies say they don't like memes, and then I see a load of pudgies in like telegrams and stuff, so I don't know.
Maybe 50-50. Yeah, they're pretty split. Yeah, I guess it really depends though. But I mean, you're always gonna find a few people who are definitely in the trenches, right? No matter where their main community is. So yeah.
Yeah. Which community do you think is the most degen?
I mean, obviously Milady and Remilia and all of them, right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I would say they're pretty much the ones that kind of started this kind of meme coin super cycle. Then you see Sprotos as well, who are doing pretty well, and then sub communities from different, NFT projects. I guess you only need maybe one or two who are really, really in the trenches, and they start creating their own sub communities, groups, Telegram chats, or Discord or whatever, and then I guess you kind of associate them with certain NFT projects, even if they're not coming from that degen PFP, like Remilia or Milady. But yeah, there's a bunch of. I mean, I think at in hindsight, you could see and you can say that from every PFP collection, you will find someone who's in the trenches.
Yeah, that's for
like
sure.
Honestly, I mean, it is kind of the play at the moment, right? Like, while we wait for that volume to come back to our bags of NFTs, people are just in the trenches, right? Because it's easy money. But also, like, I mean, you can make a bag, but you could also lose that in just like that. So it's not for everyone, obviously. It's a lot of risk.
I have spoken to a few people who said like they made money and then they just lost it all instantly.
Yeah.
Or they just put some in and then they lost it all and they're like, I don't really want to lose anymore.
Skill issue, I would say. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, it's interesting though, because I mean, depending on the group chats that you're part of, right? Like it's way more fun to do with a group of friends, right? Like group of degens. But there's people who are doing this on their own and building that skill set and making and losing money, and they're coming up with their own strategies and shit. So, I mean, you see crazy stories as well, that people who are just in the trenches on their own and suddenly they start posting their P&Ls and fucking 6-7 figures, right, in a year or so, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not really in any trading chats, to be fair.
You need to be part of the Abasho collective, so
yeah.
if you're willing to lose. I mean, honestly, I bought the top of Abasho, I reckon, like more than a year ago, but I've made multiple X's of what I paid back then.
I need to take some profits out of meme coins and buy an Abasho. Reinvest.
Yeah, you should. The coins are really good at it as well. Chubby coins. Shout out to both of them, Chubby coins and Abasho.
Oh yeah, I followed one of their plays the other day.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't even know if they called it. I was just scrolling on Twitter and I seen a new meme, and then I just looked at who's following them, and it's like 15 chubby coins. And then I was thinking,
did he go well for you though?
Yeah, I made 2x and then I just sold it all.
Fair enough.
I haven't looked since.
It's honestly really, really hard to tell though. Even within the group chats, right? Because then it can turn like PvP amongst the group, because they're the only ones buying that fucking token.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude.
The way this token was moving though was so dumb. It was like 100k, and the only volume was people selling like 2 cents of it. It was so dumb.
Dude, just volume bots. I think once you're in the trenches a lot, and then you can kind of see those minor things, right? Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And then the CTO narratives and stuff. My goodness. It's like honestly, like it's a rigged game, anyways. Like you never know if there's going to be a proper CTR or not. Because let's say that you launch one, right? But then obviously people are expecting the dev, right? I don't know why we keep calling them devs, right? If you just got to pump that font and fill the blank, and then you have a token, right? But they're the devs. So you're expecting them to sell that shit, right? Because now they're really out. But then they will buy with other wallets, whatever they're saying they're buying, right? And then you can see that sort of volume, and then some people will start calling that out, depending on the price target, I guess. And then just adding more volume. Volume bots start paying a bunch of shit, and then meme coin colors, and then that's it. Right? It's insane.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, I think Michael just sent me a DM.
Is he gonna join?
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, I think he's already here. Look at that. Yo, Michael, how are you?
What's good, brother? How are you?
Yeah,
Yo.
doing pretty well, mate. We're just, chilling here, waiting for you, but all good. I think there was just some sort of miscommunication there. But in the meantime, like Cole, he's one of our main 3D artists, and he's creating a custom plushie for you with some of your Crips traits, which I think it's pretty dope. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you must be busy as fuck today, yeah?
Yeah, today has been a little bit of a movie. Yo, my bad, first and foremost. I actually didn't have it on my calendar to start for another 20 minutes. So I was prepared, and I did have the time specifically carved out in my day. But yeah, I think there's just a little bit of misalignment. But all good. We're here. We're making it happen. Stoked
Yes,
to be here. Look, first and foremost, big day on our side of things. I know you know this. I know you've been playing a bunch, but we officially launched. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, you can tell by the if you check the global leaderboard, yeah, I think
You're
I'm in the top
crushing it,
10.
dude. I see you. I see you out there. I was like, Bogart's been fucking grinding, dude.
Send me a friend request so we can play, because I'm also in the North American server. So yeah, we can just fucking smash that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, you're 8th right now. That's crazy.
That's insane. I know.
I need to get my grind up. What do you know what your battle tag is off the top of your head?
I think it's let me just check it, right? Because it's Bogan, obviously, but I don't know the because there's a hashtag something, right?
Yep.
Give me one sec though. But yeah, dude, I'm very, very excited for everything that you guys have been building, and I'm honestly quite, excited as well to have you here in our live streams. This is something that we do every week, every Wednesday, same time. No agenda whatsoever, right? Like on other than kind of knowing what Cole is gonna be creating out of nowhere, right? And then if we have guests like you, then yeah, it's just chill vibes, really. Just talk about yourself, whatever you're building, and because we have a bunch of Plooshy holders as well, just watching this live stream, because they've been, I mean, they're part of our community. They've been doing this for a very long time as well. So yeah, just keen as like, dude, you've been crushing it, honestly. Like, If there's one mobile game that I truly enjoy playing it, as you can tell by the leaderboard, it's definitely this one. Like, I really love the game.
Fuck yeah. Well, first and foremost, I super appreciate that. I know you've been outstanding with supporting, a lot of the content and a lot of the things that, we've had going on. It does not get missed. I do see it happen. I always try to engage and interact back, but yeah, dude, it's hard. I'm juggling a lot for sure. It's been a lot of, long nights, and, even longer days this week to kind of get us to this point, but we're here and we made it. But look, I want give me the full rundown on Plooshies. Is this something that I should be shopping
Looking
for?
at,
Yeah,
I think
please.
so though. Look, I was expecting this to be more like a shilling space for takedown legends and snacks, but I'm obviously more than keen to tell you all about the plushies. We
Please do.
minted the, we minted the OG collection, right? Back in Q1 23, 3,333 NFTs. We minted those at 0.03 ETH, and I think our floor price at the moment must be around zero point 0.2 ETH. So what we're doing with the plushies, we're gonna be releasing Plushie Island, which is the upcoming Web3 game. We're gonna be doing that on Abstract. Luca himself, Luca Pochi Penguins, he sent us a DM that he wanted us to build Plushie Island on Abstract. Even before that, we were sort of like, okay, figuring out which L2 would be the best one for us. We were on a bunch of DMs and shit. But the moment Luca sent us a DM, we were like, we know that this is the place where we want to be, right? Like the consumer crypto narrative and everything that the Project Penguins have done, and obviously because they've been quite supportive of the plushies as well. Because we have our founders, they bought OG Project Penguin since 2021. Cole himself, he's also a big pengu. I've held little pudgies myself, so yeah, we kind of like Plushy Island, which is the Web3 game, right? This big community hub that we want to make. The gaming mechanics will resemble The Sims plus Animal Crossing. If you go to the Plushies X profile, you can check the in-game trailer over there. It's pinned at the very top. Um, so yeah, we're doing that. There will be an upcoming token as well called Cuddle. So people have been accruing and soft staking their plushies to get plushie points. We call them PP for the lols, for the meme. And so yeah, they've been accruing PP for quite a while with like these weekly events. If they attend, we know that they were here, so we'll give them plushy points. Every Thursday we play poker, so they get plushy points as well. And there will be an upcoming free NFT as well, which will be the apartments and houses that people will get, so they can just go on Plushy Island as their plushie, so they can just buy a bunch of stuff from the marketplace, put it on their houses. Some of these items will be very important in terms of gaming mechanics. There will be some mining mechanics as well. It's quite social. You can chat with your friends. It's a multiplayer game. There's also going to be an arcade system where they can play mini games. They need to complete daily quests to get those plushy points to get that PP. So yeah, we've been doing for quite a while. We have a lore as well that we've been explaining that on X. People have been resonating with the cute IP. We truly believe in this cute investment thesis, where cuteness will always stand the test of time. Like if you look at the biggest IPs in the world, they're always something related to cuteness, right? Hello Kitty, Disney. So yeah, we want to tackle that. We're gonna have an upcoming YouTube series with the plushies. We're going to be featuring also people who are holding plushies, just the inner circle plushies that are 333 out of the entire collection, right? We gave them for free, by the way. They didn't have to pay for that NFT. So yeah, this is what we've been doing, like focusing on Plushie Island, Abstract, obviously lately, but then we're working with a partner as well to start bringing physical products, whether that be merch, toys, the plushies. Obviously, we want people to refer to plushies as plushies, at least here in Web3, and then we can see if that's going to happen. Like people refer to tissues as Kleenex, right? Like the brand. So yeah, it's been fun. We've been building this community and the project for quite a while. We like to call ourselves the class of 2023. So yeah, we're still here. We're still having fun. We're still building, And yeah, we can't wait, obviously, for abstract mainnet and for people to start beta testing Plooshy Island, and then yeah, we'll take it from there.
Dude, sick, brother. Yeah, I apparently have been living under a rock, and certainly seems like something that I need to look into. So wait, did Plooshies originally launch as like a PFP collection?
Yes and no, because we had the first iteration of Plooshy Island and some mini games as well. Like the way people acquire the plush list or the allow list, right? Was they needed to know our lore, right? We have the main characters, people are quite familiar with them, which is Penelope, sidekick Penelope, which is the red panda, and Victor the Viking, which is a greyhound dog. So the way for them to get into this playlist, they needed to go, and there was this sort of book that that we produced. It's a beautiful website, and then you needed to play mini games. That then, when you play these mini games, you could go onto the first iteration of Plooshy Island, and we got really good feedback from the community. They really liked the mini games that we were producing. They really liked Plooshy Island. So the idea is, yes, there's Plooshies as a PFP, but letting people know that storytelling is one of our main pillars, but also gaming is also one of our main pillars. So people started resonating with that. Obviously, 3D art is one of our main assets. That, I mean, we're blessed that we have Cole. Godwin is our other 3D artist. He's based in Indonesia. So yeah, like people just love what they saw, and they've been supporting us for quite a while. Not just one of the biggest communities, of course, that have supported us is the Pochi Penguins, but also the Campe Pandas community. Some other collectives like the Abashos and the Chubby Corns, and yeah, they've been quite supportive. So yeah, like we were just letting people know this is kind of like you know, the MVP, the first iteration of Plooshy Island, where we got really good feedback and a bunch of daily active users. We knew that we needed to revamp the whole experience and make it way better, way bigger. And yeah, like a year later, this is where we are, kind of like waiting, right? Of course, I mean you're in gaming as well, so you know how long it takes, how expensive it can be as well. And yeah, just fixing a few things here and there up until we release it to the public.
Hell yeah, bro. Love that. Okay, well, I am officially gonna have to add this to my research list to put a deep dive together and figure out what it is that I'm probably missing from this conversation. But sick.
Yeah, for sure. Like honestly, I think, I mean, there could be so many ways that I can see what you guys have been building with Snack, with Takedown Legends, and the upcoming games, perhaps. Something that we can do together as Plooshies and you guys. But that's something that we can discuss later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like, bro, tell us everything about you, Michael. Like, how long you've been in the space, how long you've been building Snack, Takedown Legends, like it's it's one of those things that when I looked at it at first, right, like I was like, dude, this team, they know what they're doing. They're bringing fun. They're not even super hyped, which I kind of like. Not gonna lie, because you can see a bunch of different hype projects with you know big marketing spending and shit, and then ultimately they die. But I think the way that you guys have been doing it is just impressive. And so yeah, the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Okay. First and foremost, let me ask this: how how much time you got? What version story do you want to hear?
Dude, look, I think Cole has maybe like 30 minutes, but you and I, we can stay here and we can just chill, have fun, get to know each other so the communities can get to know each other, because I really want more people to get to know what you guys have been building. So, dude, we can run
Okay.
it for hours if you want, honestly.
Let's do it, baby. All right. So, look, kind of just starting with myself. I'm Michael. I'm the CEO here at Snack. I've been working at the intersection of gaming, tech, and esports for the last 10 years. I actually got started out as a professional player for
Oh,
TSM.
shit.
And I was super fortunate that the entirety of my pro tenure was spent playing for TSM, right? A lot of times, if you're playing esports professionally, you'll, shift from team to team, get traded around, feel like you need to connect with like a new group of guys. And yeah, I think my path from like that perspective, atypical relative to like what the rest of the industry looks like. When I was making the decision to retire, if you will, TSM was like, hey, we're thinking about getting into this new game called Fortnite. You have this unique perspective of what it's like to be a pro player, what it's like to be a content creator. Come lead this initiative for us. You'll be able to instantly relate and connect to these kids in a way that not very many other people can. So yeah, I was super fortunate that I got that opportunity. I said yes, and then yeah, shortly thereafter, I scouted, recruited, and signed guys like Myth, Daquan, and Hamlins. If you're familiar, if you're not, Ninja was like the number one biggest Fortnite content creator and doing 100,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. These guys were basically in his shadow, still massive in their own right, doing 40, 50, 60,000 concurrent viewers at the time. Then you kind of have this like mass onboarding of non-endemic Fortune 500 companies wanting to get involved and sponsor and monetize and reach a new audience of eyeballs and in the marketing side of the space. So I had the privilege and opportunity of actually leading a lot of our initial negotiations and discussions with brands like Chipotle, Dr. Pepper, Geico,
Oh wow.
Lenovo, HTC, you kind of name it. After doing that for about a couple years, had the opportunity to transition over to Facebook Gaming. They're just getting, started at that point in time and kind of like the quote unquote live streaming wars, wanting to build out, that section of their business. And they were looking for somebody to come on board and lead creator strategy. So said yes to that. Also did that for a couple years. And then in 2019, had a friend reach out from my pro player days. He actually worked on the game developer side of the equation. And he was like, hey, I'm going to start an esports team down in Brazil, looking for
Okay.
somebody to come on board and help with company strategy. Do you have any interest? So said yes. Ultimately, that team, if anybody is not aware, is known as Loud. They are the largest esports organization in Latin America. In
Oh
2020,
shit.
yeah, in 2020, we ended up being the fourth fastest growing YouTube channel in the entire world. And we were the first esports team in the world to hit 1 billion views on YouTube. It was kind of like off
Damn.
to the races. We were having, a ton of early traction and success. And then in early 2021, I had done a little bit of like quote unquote, crypto trading, but pretty much
Yeah.
just Bitcoin and Ethereum up until that point in time. But
Mhm.
January of 2021, I start learning about Web3, seeing what's going on in the gaming space, seeing what's happening with NFTs. And I stumble across this concept, known as play to earn. And I'm like, oh my
Yep.
God, look at what YGG and Merit Circle
Mm.
are doing in Southeast Asia. We already have the audience built for this. It's a massive opportunity to subsequently monetize our brand. We should tap into this. So
Yep.
talked it over internally, and ultimately we ended up deciding that hey, the technology's too new, it's too nascent and too unproven. There's too many bad actors and scammers. We don't want to really do this first party through Loud directly because it's a brand risk, a reputational and legacy risk. And, we had worked super hard up until that point to make that happen. And at that point in time, that's really where we decided, hey, we can spin off a sister company to still tap
Mm.
into and monetize and onboard this audience into Web3. And that's really how and where Snack was born with that mission to, yeah, basically become this guild and, build out this, scholarship model. And, then the rest is kind of history.
Wow. Holy shit. Look, from being a pro player to creating your own company and building a massive audience in Latin America, which I think you're right. Like, if you look at all these, big mobile games, most of the people are playing like in developing countries, right? Whether that be in Latin America or Southeast Asia. and you already have that audience. And bringing something like Takedown Legends, or perhaps any upcoming game that perhaps you can talk about that later on, it's perfect, right? Especially when I think we got onboarded into Web3 as well, and NFTs back in 2021. Before that as well, kind of like buying Bitcoin, ETH. Personally, I got onboarded via Dogecoin, right? I didn't even know what I was
Nice.
doing. Uh, it's interesting, right? I need to know more about this industry. But yeah, going back to you, like I think that's a really impressive journey. It's taking quite some time, right, to get to where you are with yourself. As you know, being in Web3, the industry, you've seen so many things, right? So many different narratives and different metas as well. But yeah, now that you're here introducing this product that I'm very excited for you to talk about, which is Takedown Legends, and then perhaps you can tackle down a little bit on how you put Snack, and I know that there's a token coming as well into that ecosystem, and yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, baby, let's get it. So, when we made the decision to pull the trigger and formally decide, hey, let's do this, we actually started by raising some investor capital. So
Right.
early 2022, late 2021, we have this thesis of we can literally be the YGG or Merit Circle of Latin America. It's an
Yeah.
untouched audience. Web3 gaming is starting to see some uptick in traction, and yeah, we want to get into the game and take advantage of it for ourselves. So we actually raised $9 million at a $60 million valuation, literally at like the
Nice.
late peak 2021 market, from
Mm,
literally all the Gigabrain VCs in the space, Animoca, Mechanism,
mm.
both Merit Circle and YGG participated, but folks including Shima, Inception, Ascensive
Oh shit.
Assets, Paper Ventures, Morningstar, Play, Woodstock, quite a stacked cap table, amongst kind of like what the Web3 space looks like.
Mm,
And yeah, then it was off to the races. So the scholarship model was fantastic at the start. It was printing money the same way it kind of was for everybody at the point in time. And what we
mm.
realized was we also now had access to an immensely large deal flow to then subsequently actually invest into another number of different game studios ourselves, right? So
Okay.
Snack is quite literally on the cap tables of Shrapnel, Heroes of Mavia,
Mm,
Parallel, Big Time, Aperion, um, and some gaming infrastructure and ecosystem products like Carve, Gaimin, Beeble, and yeah, things kind of along those lines, and certainly a number of different brands that folks within Web3 are well aware of and
familiar with. Yep.
familiar with. Exactly. Then you kind of have the Celsius and FTX stuff happen.
Mm,
It sets us back quite a bit. These economies are crippling because people are realizing, hey, this is actually not super scalable and sustainable, and the supply is way outpacing demand. We probably need to take another look at this. And that's really where we make the decision of, hey, we need to go through new or a pretty big restructuring. Our vision of being this guild DAO scholarship model, not working super well anymore. We need to take another look at it. At that
yep.
point in time, we kind of just realize, and we knew this from the beginning, but our edge has always been distribution and access to the super large audience that we have. So in order to kind of prove that as a proof of concept, at the time, a lot of the portfolio companies that we had invested in, they're not launching their game, right? They don't think that the market
Mm,
is right. They don't, they're trying to restructure and refigure out what their tokenomics models are going to look like to set them up for a, sustainable, scalable future. And, we, kind of realized that, hey, if we really want this to work, we need to build out an ecosystem of our own in order to capitalize on it. So then it's kind of off to the races. Let's build our own game. And
Yeah.
when we were kind of going down this journey, I'd say two key factors really defined how and where we wanted to fit in. So one, first and foremost, is from a tokenomics standpoint. When we looked at all of our portfolio companies and tried to assess, hey, why isn't this working? What is going wrong? What's happening? The common theme, initially was like the Axie Infinity model. Play to earn. You make tokens as people play your game. But the issue is, yeah, supply inevitably way outpaces demand, and that
Yep.
is inevitable, a guaranteed outcome when you do have, yeah, an infinite supply. I think that's obvious. People understand that. But the model that
Yep.
we've kind of fell into now, that I think I'm seeing more and more is gradually shifting, which is great for the Web3 gaming space, is that game developers will launch a game and they'll subsequently launch a token for that game. The issue with that model is that all games have a shelf life. They will inevitably be replaced by a newer, better, different, more refreshing concept that will be replaced by other games. That's just
Yeah,
inherent.
the new shiny shit that will come for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
So what that really says is these games in the Web3 space are predestined to go to zero, which is not a good thing. Or the token is predestined to go to zero, which is not a good thing. So what we really thought would make sense is, hey, instead of saying that the snack token is going to power Takedown Legends, or we could have called it the Takedown token, however we want to decide that. What we actually said is the snack token needs to be tied to the studio itself, and
Right.
the token needs to power not just Takedown Legends, but all subsequent games in our ecosystem. That's the only way that a token is going to be sustainable and scalable long run. It's not these play to earn games. It's not these, super overinflated airdrop programs that everybody just dumps and sends your token to zero. It's, you
Yeah.
need to be able to have more sinks than faucets, and you need to be able to do that over the course of 20, 30, 50, in an ideal scenario, in an infinite number of years, right? And
Yeah.
look, that's much easier said than done. But fundamentally, I think that we will see more and more Web3 games shift to this model. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of folks here, if you know anything about Web3 gaming, Off the Grid is literally the talk of the town. They are quite
Yeah.
literally pioneering a fantastic path for the rest of us. But I think that they are also ones that are going to tap into that model, right? They didn't call it the OTG token, it's the guns token, right? And this token isn't just going to power Off the Grid. It's hopefully going to power other products, other games that fall within their ecosystem itself. And I think it's going to create and usher in this new era of Web3 gaming. So that's one that is core and principle to our decision making. It for sure was different when we started planning, but now I think more and more people are leaning in this direction.
Yeah, I
Second,
think.
go ahead.
I'm
Yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think you're right, because I mean we've seen how Web3 gaming exploded back in 2021, but we quickly realized that the longevity of these games, um, it was just a couple of months, maybe a year or so, and then yes, they're talking ultimately went to zero, right? So I think it gave us a bunch of years to kind of see where the narrative was gonna be again, and then how can we improve what they did wrong, right? Because we know that gaming is massive, right? Whether that be mobile gaming or PC gaming, but we know it's a multi-billionaire industry, right? And there's a bunch of possibilities that we can do with blockchain tech behind these games that ideally the goal is that people don't even know that there's blockchain tech behind these games, right? So I think it gave you guys a snack, and obviously bringing Takedown Legends and not waiting for these other, from the stuff that you've been buying, and whether that be in angel rounds, seed rounds, whatever, right? Like, I need to bring my own shit. I don't need to wait for them to do stuff, right? To kind of
Exactly.
provide some sort of value to my community, the community that I've been building, but might as well do it myself, right? Because now I can see the mistakes that these people have done, and I don't want to make those mistakes. Perhaps we will make mistakes, right? We always gonna make mistakes, but the fact that we can pivot and we can bring something of value to the community and build that entire ecosystem where the token is not just gonna be the main thing for one product, but for multiple products. That's the goal. That's the key, and I think pretty spot on, dude.
Bogan, you fucking get it, my dude. I always appreciate talking to smart people who really understand a lot of the fundamentals of this stuff. Other people, they're just kind of like, yeah, is my token gonna go up? And
Yeah,
as much as like that is, our goal, and my primary commitment is to our community, and ultimately to be successful at the end of the day. That does need to be core to everything that we're doing. But yeah, not everybody takes the time or, has the experience to really understand the fundamentals behind it. And yeah, it's clear that
one
you
hundred
do, and
percent.
I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah, no, thanks for the flowers, bro. But yeah, I mean, let's carry on though, because this is such an interesting combo, right? Because I can tell, I'm pretty sure, Cole, that he's creating this fantastic custom plushie for you. He can also tell that you're a giga chat, and I'm pretty sure that people who are watching this or will watch the replay of this will resonate with you. It's something that we've seen in the past, and something that a lot of let's say marketing agencies, KOLs, and shit, they've been praising that if people resonate with the people at the very top, with the founder, that they know that they understand what they're saying, and they're just not here to extract liquidity from your community or from other communities, that's a big win. And I can totally tell that you're on the rise to becoming one of those founders that truly get it, that's been in the trenches for so many years and wants to bring something of value, right? And something fun as well. Like, might as well do something fun while we pump our backs or whatever, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, kudos to you. And obviously, I mean, I'm just giving flowers to you, but I'm pretty sure there's a big team behind you, or I don't know how big it is. Maybe you can talk about that. But obviously, you have a bunch of people supporting you from top to bottom, right?
Yeah. So team is massive. Team has been growing a lot. We just hired last week our 63rd person to the team.
Oh shit.
We're distributed internationally. I'm in Las Vegas myself.
Hmm.
I have a bunch of folks down in Latin America. I have a couple of folks over in Africa and Europe, and a couple of
Yep.
people in Asia. So we are very much globally distributed. That is by design. That is very intentional. It's super important that we do have coverage in all parts of the world, and yeah, I think has lended a lot of kind of unique perspective and insights when it comes to making an important and key kind of game decision making.
Yep.
So
Yep.
going back into like kind of like what I was talking about before, right? Like what differentiates Snack and Takedown Legends from the rest of the market? So we already talked about the token side of the thing, or
Hmm.
side of the equation. Let's talk about user acquisition, right? So
Hmm.
again, when we're talking to kind of all of our portfolio companies, and we have this edge of seeing what they're doing, and having access to a lot of data to make our own insights from, the number one thing that we saw is there's a lot of hyper focus and fixation upon Web3 user acquisition. And I think that that's intuitive to a certain extent, especially when you're trying to pump a token. It is very hard to get Web2 users to come in and have an interest in wanting to buy your token. But here's the
Hmm.
problem. So many Web3 games have become so reliant, and it's like the first playbook that people try and execute of, hey, let me launch this airdrop rewards play to earn program that obviously is going to satisfy your Web3 customer. But as soon as that faucet stops dripping, you have mass exodus of these players and these communities just going on to the next game. They don't give a shit about what your game is and what your product is. They are there for financial incentives, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, to each their own. If that's what's important to them, that's totally fine. But as game developers, we have to recognize that, and we do owe it to our impassioned, dedicated, hardcore community to not prioritize those types of users, because not only, like, you can pump your numbers in the short term and create this hype, which is great, but they take that value with them and you don't get anything in return in the long run, which is a huge problem. So yeah, like, for us, when we really sat down and said, hey, we want to do something different, and we want to carve our own lane and our own niche, it comes down to the incentives as to why people game in the first place. And the reality is, it's because they're there to have fun. And I think that that's become cliche in a lot of ways, and a lot of people are just kind of saying that at this point in time. But our marketing strategy, yes, on Twitter, you are going to see me bull posting, Web3 theses, and we are going to do a small airdrop program that we think is going to be attractive for a Web3 audience. But the reality of it is, when you kind of get the 50,000 foot view, 99% of our budget, bandwidth, strategy, and resources is actually focused on Web 2 user acquisition, because those are the users that are playing games for fun in the first place. So one, you need to think traditional Google, YouTube, Facebook based ads, whether it's watching a YouTube video and finding an ad, or scrolling through TikTok and Instagram and finding an ad. But that is really going to be where our efforts are focused. But we're also going to, they're not really called KOLs, but gaming influencers who are making content around Clash of Clans and Call of Duty Mobile and Brawl Stars and Mobile Legends and Honor of Kings, right? Like, your top Web3 mobile games, and having them make content around Takedown Legends, because we know, or we hope that they have the right incentives the right incentives from an audience in mind, where if they see it and they think it looks cool, well then that they're probably going to sit down and want to play it, which is, again, paramount to literally everything that we're doing. However, we have taken that, and I think that we've even gone a layer deeper. When a user, or when you probably don't know this yet, it's all happening in the background. We should be deploying it literally here within the next 2 to 3 hours. When you downloaded Takedown Legends, we created a custodied wallet in the background that you don't even know exists, right? You're going through the traditional sign up mechanics and funnels, whether it's use your email or use your Apple or Google ID, or I think we even have the ability to use like a social account in order to attach your in-game account too. And over time, your account is naturally going to begin to accrue this on-chain value. It could be through boxes where you've opened them and you've gotten NFTs. It could be limited amounts of game currency through kind of like what our seasonal leaderboard and competitions are gonna look like. And over time you're gonna naturally see, oh, my account has this dollar value associated with it. Like, what the heck does that mean? And on top of that, our most exclusive cosmetics, spoiler, our Founders Collection is also set to go live this afternoon.
Okay.
They're going to be available exclusively on chain. So they're going to be NFTs that you can buy, sell, and trade. And again, for our Web 2 users, we want to make accessing these things super seamless. You can purchase them in app using fiat currency, but at the same time, if you do connect to our external marketplace, there will be about a 20% discount, right? Because we're at that point, we're not having to pay Apple and Google store fees. So we've kind of built this funnel to say to our users, hey, go check out this marketplace where you have true ownership over these
Mm.
assets. You know, you buy this skin for $10. Maybe you're gonna sell it for $5 and get 50% back. Or best case scenario, maybe you're gonna sell it for $50 because it's a limited supply, it's
Right.
high in demand. It has these, unique power ups or upgrades that, give you an edge over your competition, and you're a competitive player and you're like, oh shit, I want that. I want to, speed up what my progression looks like. I want to, do more damage against my, opponents. I want to have, the, super rare Rocco skin that, I know that only 10 people in the world have, and it's going to be
Yeah.
this massive flex. And I think that we've done a phenomenal job, and kudos goes literally to my team for building it, uh of balancing and creating a best of both worlds format and scenario where it's great for Web3 users, but it's great for Web2 users as well. And again, I think that that is the future of Web3 gaming, is reducing these barriers of entry to people that don't want to have to deal with a MetaMask and a seed
Yeah.
phrase and signing these transactions, and being worried that it's a scam and it's compromising their privacy, right? If you aren't familiar with the technology, the reality is that it is scary, and you
Yeah.
don't want to get involved with it. And yeah, it's something that can push people away. And yeah, I think that that's the exact opposite of what we are trying to achieve, with Web3.
Dude, dude, that's so cool though, and I couldn't agree more with you. I think it really is more about the experience of just having fun playing the game. Like obviously, if you add this little feature that suddenly you got, like, I don't know, 5, 10, $15 in your account that you didn't even know that you can start kind of trading that, or trading the assets that you actually own. I think that's it, right? Like it's not like promising that people will get insanely rich with this, right? Because they're playing a game. Is just about the fun. And I think you're doing it pretty well, like focusing on your Web2 audience, because that's where the gamers are at the moment. And those are the people that are playing similar games to the one that you're bringing to the market, right? So you want to target them and let them know this is just a fun game. It's a fun experience. And suddenly you're going to let them know, hey, by the way, this is what you can do. This is the blockchain tech that's behind my game, and look at it, right? Like you kind of onboarding people that way, and the simplest way, it needs to be frictionless. And yeah, the way that you're posting it is just, it is how it's supposed to be, right? Like I feel like a lot of us are kind of like trying to fix those issues. How do we onboard people who are actually just here to play the games, right? Not just because there are incentives. Although you're just saying like, yes, there will be this sort of airdrop campaign to attract the Web3 degens in the space, kind of like finding that healthy balance, which you kind of need, right? Like it's this kind of necessary evil. So you can start marketing here in Web3 as well. But the way that you're doing, like the traditional way, that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like if it's worked for other people, it should work for me because my product is fucking dope. Yeah,
Exactly.
so yeah, kudos to you. It's just that, right? Like just building a fun game. It's a cool experience that people can enjoy. Hyper casual mobile gaming. It's where it's at, in my opinion. So yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. You get it, baby. I appreciate it. And yeah, obviously appreciate the support. And look, I'm literally gonna try and catch you on the leaderboard. Let's see what I'm at right now. I'm at 193. So,
Dude, you're far behind.
I know quite a bit. I think you're literally like 8 times further than I am. But
Yep.
time to grind, baby. We can make it happen.
Yes, sir. But tell me more about, how can people get, at least, because this is a live stream where most of the people are coming from Web3 and shit. How can people get involved with, with Takedown Legends? What's the call to action here? Like perhaps with the token as well, the upcoming token. Yeah, how can people get involved with that? Like, what do they need to do? Join your Discord, or obviously download a game. But yeah, like if there's going to be opportunities for people to perhaps invest, whether that be the private round, the public round, or maybe there's still a seed round ongoing. Yeah, or maybe for the upcoming NFTs as well. What's the process look like? How
Hell
does that
yeah.
look like, bro?
Yeah. So a couple of different things to unpack here, right? So first and foremost, the game is live globally in your both iOS and Google Play Store everywhere. If you're having any trouble accessing it, let me know. I know that there's a few lingering countries that have not turned on just quite yet. But I know that it's super close to where exactly we want it to be. So yeah, go download it. Other things that I would, appreciate on a, personal level, writing a review in the App Store, 5 stars the better. But obviously it's something that people want to see. Unfortunately, people are a little bit more inclined to leave negative reviews when they don't like something. So a lot of people are like, hey, I was in a game and it crashed and, this game sucks, 1 star. And I'm like, dude, you had one bug in one game that
Yeah, yeah.
we've polished and you're telling me that this is an issue. But yeah, so go leave a review. That'd be sick. Go retweet my pinned tweet. It's our cinematic trailer. Have you seen it, Bogon?
Dude, yeah, because I was at
Oh,
the
you did.
spaces with
You did.
Jesus as well, and dude, honestly, like, dude, obviously I'm gonna talk about the cinematic trailer that we put out there, right? But yours is so good though. Like, honestly, it's pretty cool, and yeah, I love it. I actually, if you check the comments in the live streaming session on X, I posted the cinematic trailer there. It's really cool, guys. Honestly, you need to watch that shit, and then obviously play the game. It's pretty well done. Like, honestly, kudos to your team. I know we know that it's not easy to produce a quality cinematic trailer. That takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of tears, a lot of money as well. So yeah, honestly, good on you, mate. Like, it's so
A lot of
fucking good.
tears. You hit the nail on the head. It's like, because you can spend like a week crafting this like 3-second scene, 40, maybe like a combined 160 hours of work, because multiple people are working on it. And
Yeah.
if I come back and I'm like, oh, I don't like it, they're like, Michael, you've got to be kidding me. Like, we spent, so much time on this, and yeah,
Yeah.
we wanted to get it right. There's, a lot of, I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of very clever Easter eggs. I think there's, about 8, pays, some homages to, some popular, or in some instances not so popular, Web3 brands that, for people that are, closely watching it, I thought was super cool that we worked into it. But yeah, go watch that, retweet it, share it, get your parents to download it, get your pets to download it. The more people that play it, the better. One of the things, I don't know if you caught it, that I was talking about with Jesus, was like the really hard part of Web3 right now. And quite frankly, I think that this applies to other industries too. I just think it's increasingly prevalent in Web3. Is so many different brands bought the hell out of their statistics, or they forge a lot of what their metrics looks like. And it's hard to tell, like, hey, do these guys actually have 1 million downloads, or is it
Yeah.
90% bots and the rest are actually true players? So look, I will publicly claim and state that, we are not botting any of our downloads at all whatsoever. They are totally real. It's something that I am super proud of. We literally just like 30 minutes ago exceeded the 150K downloads mark, which is
Let's fucking go.
absolutely
Nice.
fantastic.
Yep.
And yeah, now our focus is again doing a few quality of life things, adding in a couple more features, and then a lot of our development cycle will shift into live ops and creating new content, and keeping that community and that side of things heavily engaged. So we're getting there. On the token side of things, yeah. So we're still chatting through a lot of these different logistics. I don't know that necessarily I have any concrete details to share, but I'll say
Okay.
like relatively the way that I'm thinking about things, right? So first and foremost, I'm of the opinion that a Web3 company's singular greatest marketing asset is what their token chart looks like. If your chart is down and to the right, it is very, very hard / nearly impossible, because I know a lot of companies that are very well funded and cannot figure this out. It's hard to drive interest and intrigue and demand for your token. You're like, dude, this token's down 90%. This shit is dead. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to be associated with it. Get
Yep.
me out of here. Get me off this, train type of mentality. So,
Yeah.
and when you look at gaming tokens, if their token is at least 3 months old, 99.9, maybe there are exceptions that I'm not aware of, but 99.9% of those tokens are down from where they launched, which
Yeah.
should not be the case, right? What that means is they launched at an overinflated valuation, and the market, like any good market does, is getting smarter, and they're learning not to degen into garbage anymore and wait for things to mature, and again, get access to data and metrics that they can validate and understand are real, and invest into with higher confidence. Part
Mm.
of that problem is twofold. One, they're launching at valuations that are insane, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing these $100 million valuations. They're pre-revenue, and yeah, it's just crazy that that's what they're going live at, because they're like, oh my god, this project is listed on Bybit or
Yeah.
Binance or OKX, when in reality it's just a numbers game. They forked up
Correct.
the cash or the tokens to get listed there in the first place, because that's
Yeah.
the sex's model, and it doesn't make sense.
It's
So
a rigged game anyways as well. Like when you go to with these, market makers and shit, like it's just a rigged game. And
exactly,
then they just want to inflate their numbers, right? Because they want to see big momentum initially, and they just don't really care. Like you said, right? Like after 3 months or so, the token is just down only to the right, not enough, demand for that token because people don't want to associate it with that shit. Yeah.
exactly. So, for us, I want to launch at a valuation that I feel like puts our community in a position to win with us. And,
Mm.
I think starting somewhere around the, 30 million-dollar valuation is a lot more reasonable and realistic. It puts our investors in a position to want to hold and grow with us, and again, not just create a bunch of supply pressure and dump on the heads
Mm.
of our community. And yeah, it's you need to take these different factors kind of into consideration. So
Right.
again, it's something that we're still certainly working out in real time. I don't want to sit here and make any sort of commitments, because I'm just not in a position to be able to do that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
I think from like a thesis standpoint, I think that these are the type of projects that will win out at the end of the day. And look, if I know gun or off the grid's all the hype, but if they launch a token at $1 billion valuation, I'm
No.
not touching that shit, because that shit is
Yeah.
going to
No.
be set up for failure, and it's going to go in the wrong direction, and it's going
Yeah.
to go from being one of the most hyped projects to being one of the most fudded projects, and that's not what you want. So
Yeah.
it's a numbers game. These things can change very, very quickly, but that's generally how we're approaching it and thinking about it.
Cool. And honestly, here's hoping as well for them not to fuck it up, right? Because yeah, like you said, we don't want them the fucking 1 billion valuation and then just it's gonna go down to zero. And especially when it's just the new kid on the block, the hot topic at the moment. We want them to make things right, um, because then it paves the way for the rest of us, right? Um, look at Cole, by the way. Um,
So sick. Does that mean it's done? The heart?
yes, I think so. But yeah, look at that with your creeps trades. That's a
Yeah,
cute.
that's
That's
so
that's the
fire.
red. That's the red panda, and that's one of the main characters. Her name's meant to be Penelope. Oh wait, are you muted? Give me 1 sec.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay. Dude, oh
What up,
my
Cole?
goodness.
Hey. Yeah, I think we're finished. Well, for now. I need to go, so.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that's
love it.
you know
You
you know
literally
what we can
nailed it.
do? Yeah, it looks fucking fantastic. Maybe you can put the his scripts next to the custom plushie so people can see,
Oh, yeah,
you know.
good idea.
Mhm.
Let me just change this tail.
You know what we can do, Michael? Once Cole is gone, we should totally play the cinematic trailer. I'm gonna share my screen, so people who are still here with us, which is what, like 270 people, they can watch the trailer. Because honestly, I think I missed a lot of these Easter eggs that you were mentioning, so I need to keep watching it and watching it. Damn, look at that.
That's a freaking masterpiece, Cole. I love it, dude. You're gonna have to send me an art file so I can post that shit.
Yeah, we'll do.
Well done, sir. That looks pretty sick, mate. Honestly.
Thank you, sir. Anyways, I gotta go cook some dinner, so I'll leave you guys to it.
Oh, yep. Yeah, no, go for it and enjoy dinner. And yeah, I'll text you later today.
Yep. See you guys. Good night.
All right, cool. Cheers. Thanks for your time, mate. All right, so should we do it? Let's play the cinematic trailer. Give me 1 sec. There we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it looks gorgeous.
All right, let's give it a go. Oh, dude, my Wi-Fi.
Takedown legends.
Let's fucking go. Damn,
So
dude,
good, dude.
it's so good. Yeah, sorry about my shitty Wi-Fi, because I'm
You're
currently
good.
based. I'm currently based in Mexico, and honestly, the Wi-Fi that I get here, like, my goodness. Um, but yeah, dude, that guy, the guy with the purple power up, right? Can we get that already? I don't think I have that.
So that's the skeleton skin. I do not think we have released that one yet, but
Okay.
wink wink, there is a spooky themed holiday coming up here pretty soon that he
Nice.
might fit into kind of well.
Okay. Yeah, dude, because the other guy, that's the one that I'm using, right? Like, as my power up. I think that's pretty OP because you can kill a bunch of people, like 3 maybe at once. That's the one that I'm using. But yeah, I'm keen to play with the skeleton. That looks super sick, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
But yeah, dude, Michael, is there anything else that you would like to tell our community and people who are watching at the moment? Anything related to the stuff that you guys will be releasing in the next hours, next weeks, months, etc.? Um, yeah,
Yeah, let's start with like furthest out, and then I'll work my way up to like what's happening the soonest. So first and foremost, if somebody were to ask me, yo, Michael, what's your 10-year business plan? It really goes back to kind of like the start of our conversation, where everything that we're doing and everything that I'm planning is really rooted in, fundamental business principles. How do they
mm,
scale and sustain over time? I know that Web3 gets caught up in, the hype cycle and,
yeah,
people talking about the latest and greatest thing. But yeah, it's just not a really good way to build a long business that's going to, perpetuate and, be able to hold up to the test of time. Um, so when I look at, more practically, how do you achieve that? One, the snack token isn't just going to power Takedown Legends, but it's going to power every single game economy that we release later on and further down, the pipeline. So you have this
yep,
model that's just fundamentally built to be sustainable and self-fulfilling and replicating that, yeah, I think the Web3 space desperately needs. So, when we get to, game number 2, that we've, earmarked for late 2025, yeah, I think people are, really going to be able to connect the dots and see, oh, they've already built in, these additional syncs of, use cases and utility for the token. This is how this is going to work, over a long period of time. Um, when you kind of look at, a shorter term, maybe over the next couple of months, we do have the TGE on the horizon. That will obviously be a super important event for us. We
hmm
want to be able to position it in a way that, our community has access, and it's meant to, grow over time, not something that just is immediately dumping and, going to zero, which, yeah, too many gaming tokens currently, yeah, have a problem with.
yep, yep.
Um, Shorter than that, yeah, I think later today we will be formally announcing our airdrop program. We're going to be
Okay,
launching our NFT Founders Collection. It's going to be a 250 mint supply. Each one of those NFTs is going to be priced at $10. It'll be available directly through the app for fiat,
okay,
or you can connect to our marketplace. It'll have about a 20% discount. You can, pay with stable coins and crypto. And yeah, that, should be super exciting, and, begin to assess and stress test what a lot of those, funnels kind of look like from our side of things as well.
is there some sort of allow list for you to be able to mint the let's say the Genesis collection, the 250 NFTs, or how
Not
does that look like though?
Yeah, not for the game skins. We're leaving it first come, first serve.
Okay,
That being said, another one of the, big initiatives for us as a company is the development and growth of our NFT collection. Snacking, for those of you who might not have heard, that will have an allow list that, we have, been gradually expanding over time.
okay,
Again, I think one of the things that, we're fundamentally doing with that is, operating an NFT collection as a business that, yeah, sets it up for long term success, sustainability, scalability, and, super, yeah, important, I think, for the broader NFT space as well.
yeah, for sure. And how do people can get into the allow list for Snack Gang? Um,
Yeah,
are
great
you,
question.
because I don't know
Definitely.
if you're forming some sort of partnerships with other communities. People are just approaching you, filling a form, obviously giving it to your community who've been with you for quite a while, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah, we're definitely doing a bunch of different collabs. If that's
right.
something that's interested for the Plooshies, would love to set it up. Can
Yeah, for
happily get
sure.
get get you guys hooked up and connected.
Perfect.
And yeah, other than that, participate in different social campaigns, join the Discord
hmm
server. We got a bunch of different things going on to, yeah, support that side of things as well.
Amazing, dude. And do we have any sneak peeks of that NFT, or is something that? Yeah. I don't know. Have you released that in to the public, like on X, or people can just check that out in your Discord?
Yeah, Snacking is live on Twitter already. Definitely go check it out. There's a number of different things in there. And yeah, there's definitely some teaser artwork and seeing what it looks like, and would highly encourage you to check
Nice.
that out as well.
All right. Well, you hear it here first, guys. Go check that out. Join their Discord. I'm in both of them, right? I'm in the Takedown Legends Discord, and I'm also in the Snack Gang Discord. So if you guys want to do that as well, might as well. If we get some allowed spots later on, Michael and I can talk about that in private. But yeah, guys, therefore join the Discords, follow their accounts. They have multiple accounts. I think I'm following like 4 of them. um, for Snack, Michael, Takedown Legends, etc. But yeah, pretty cool shit. I'm very excited for you. I'm very happy for you as well that you being able to finally release the product globally, right? Like, I feel like what's the name of this guy? MKHBD, is that the name,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
huge.
right. He's like, yeah. He's like, I've been testing this iPhone for the past 4 weeks. That's how I feel with TDL. I've been testing this game for the past 4 weeks, and I can tell you it's a sick game. It's super fun. Yeah, honestly, give it a go, guys. Yeah.
Well, again, once again, I can't thank you enough for having me up here. Super grateful for your time and your curiosity. Your interest and dedication to the product. Looking forward to seeing you keep grinding those leaderboards. It will for sure be well worth your while. And yeah, let's fucking make that shit happen.
Dude, honestly, even if there's no airdrop or whatever, like I'm just having fun. Honestly, when I have some free time that I just, take 15, 20 minutes, I'm playing a game because honestly, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'll send you my tag so you can add me as a friend so we can, you know, bash some people out there. You need to level up your game, bro. Like, I have a bunch of trophies, but yeah,
I'm
dude,
working on it.
honestly,
I'm working on it.
thank you. Thank you for your time. I know that you're a busy guy, especially today and the upcoming weeks. But yeah, we'll keep in touch. See about that allow list for the Plooshies community. And yeah, anytime that you want to come back again, yeah, I mean, this is an open invite for whenever you're free, whenever you want to join. Just chill, vibe, whatever. Yeah, this is your house as well, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that very, very much.
All right. Well, I think we'll leave it at that. And yeah, thank you guys for your time. I know that you guys could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us today, yapping about the plushies, watching again the goat call create magic out of nowhere, and obviously getting to know Michael and what these guys have been building with Snack Gang and Takedown Legends and the upcoming stuff as well. So for that, I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, night, or morning. And yeah, I'll catch you guys the next time. Cheers, guys.